Hello and welcome to another episode of Coco and the Sun podcast. I am your host, Malika Critchlow, and I'm happy to be here today. Um, so I tried to record the episode yesterday, but we had a lot of rain, and for some reason the Zoom kept not working properly. So here I am today, and we're gonna attempt to record the episode. Um, Trying to see if I have any insights. Um, so I'm in a really good place mentally and emotionally. I feel really, really good. Um, I think last podcast I was saying that one of the situations had resolved, but I was hopeful. I felt like it was going, and it was. It was resolved Sunday morning. And I didn't have to go looking for it. The solution came on its own in a really beautiful way. So yeah, I'm really believing that other solutions are going to come for other situations. It really is just staying in your heart, staying in love, following your heart's joys, and just being. I really took to heart. I think we read in the last podcast where Mary Magdalene said the female initiate needs to surrender to her self, to her is it her void? Maybe I can find it here. And that really stuck. Yeah, it really stuck with me because I was like, I do like being still, but I'm always worried about I should be doing something. Even though I've been still for quite a bit, trying to listen and hear my voice clearly and my intuition and my guides and my angels as to what the next step is. And sometimes the next step doesn't come right away. Sometimes the next step is to just be. And anyway, so I don't think I've just relaxed into it. I've relaxed into it, waiting for the next step. And so this made me just relax in it, just relax in it. So she says, to the extent that the male initiate is able to nest into the magnetic fields with his beloved and drawn to himself. No, sorry. To the extent that the female initiate is able to surrender to the magnetics and the letting go into her own nature, she becomes Isis herself. So surrendering into myself and not doing, not having to always do, waiting for the next step, which is what this moment is. And waiting to see what I want to do. Like listening, not waiting. I think waiting is the wrong word. Listening to see what else brings me joy. What else I want to try, what else I want to do. So yeah, this really stuck with me. So this weekend I really tried to just allow myself to be in the situation wherever it is and allowing that to be okay and being grateful for where it was, you know. And it's been really good. It's so good actually that I think now I may have triggered the next phase because I'm really happy here. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think I want to do anything else. So what happens is they're like, oh, you don't want to do nothing else. Next stage, come on. We gotta clear some more stuff. But yeah, so I really stepped into that this weekend and then I found the solution came from one of these situations. There are more situations, but I do feel like solutions are gonna come the more I just relax into acceptance of what it is. But acceptance in a way of enjoying the space. Just enjoying what it allows. So That's my only insight. I believe another guy came through. I'm always surprised. It's been such a joyful journey. I think that it's really cool when it's not what you think it's going to be because it makes it even more fun. And I think they know, or you knew, or if you planned this out before you came, what would intrigue you or make things fun for you and interesting. So I had a few dreams with the Virgin Mary. So like, remember, I think I did a podcast Saturday, and I was saying that like these were the um YouTube videos that I found align me with the divine feminine energy and stuff like that. So the Tara Arnold video was the first video where I dreamt or had an experience with her in dreams with Mary Magdalene, right? That woman empowerment video that she does with the light language, I think. Anyway, so, but come in with Mary Magdalene. So I was like, because Mary Magdalene's been around for a while. I feel connected to her for a while. But I never felt that drawn to the Virgin Mary, although she's been around. Like, she's a divine feminine. Um, this book, Mary Magdalene respects her a lot and describes her as the incarnate of Isis on earth. Um, so she has a lot of respect, but I didn't think I would have had a connection really with her because I'm not a woman Catholic at all. I did go to woman Catholic elementary school, primary school, but I never took communion or uh first communion, nothing like that. Um, so I wasn't expecting it. And then I had like two dreams with her. One where she was clearly like, sometimes you can tell they're there by the energy, like in the dream, like you'll feel it. But in one of the dreams, it was clearly her. And before she showed up in the dream, I had a smell of roses. I've only had, what do they call that? Clear factory, when you can smell stuff. And these things only occur in my dreams, I will say. I think though they're precursor to occurring in real life, and the dreams are preparing you for these things occurring in your life, in your daily life, these senses. But anyway, I've had it before, one time before, but it let me, in my dream, I was able to smell what, who I think is my beloved smelled like. But that was like months ago. So I haven't had it before. I like the smell of roses. I actually have a perfume by Joe Malone, that's called Roses, but I haven't used it in months because I find like right now I can't take any strong scents for an extended period of time. So I don't really wear perfume right now. I mean, odd day maybe, but I haven't worn anything in months. Right? Just like neutral, no scents. No scents. I don't like scented um lotions or anything like that. Soaps maybe, but I like clean scents. I don't know, I like white musk these days too, with the soaps, or like ivory soap. But not super scented. Anyway, so yeah, so I haven't used a perfume in a long time. And first it was this really strong scent of roses, but this in my sleep. But it was beautiful, like better than any rose scent I have ever smelled in my life. Okay. So I had that smell. I was like, wow, this is in the dream. It's in the dream, but it's real too. Like I could smell it. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like, this is a really beautiful sound. Oh my God, it's so lovely. And then in the dream, there she is in the sky, blue, like a blue hooded thing and a white, but creamy white, not white, like creamy dress. a lot of light around her, and some sacred geometry symbols in the sky, water below, two sides, like the banks of the water, a lot of green, lush things behind it, like buildings, but like steeples. But she's in the sky, just floating. I mean, it was just a really like calm, beautiful feeling. Serenity. I think serenity is the best word. And love. And yeah. So she came in as a guide. I guess she's a guide now, or a teacher of some sort. She's definitely divine feminine, and I'm so grateful that she sees my value to invest in, right? So yeah, very grateful, very thankful to the Virgin Mary for coming in the dream. I had another one too where I could just sense her energy. I couldn't see her. But really beautiful experience, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so a new a new guide has come in. And I did ask, I would say like last week, because it was kind of quiet. Remember, I wasn't having that many dreams, and then the dreams started back. And I think the dreams were coming a little differently. The communication is be a little different at the way the dreams and the understandings come. Sometimes it's really clear, and sometimes it's not so clear. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, sometimes they explain it all, sometimes they don't. So it's like different, sounds like different, feels like different forms of communication, right? So I had asked who were my guides now, if possible, if I could know who my guides were now. I don't think she's the only one, but she did come in 3 times so far to let me know she's one. So, so that was cool. Yeah, very calm, very a feeling of knowing, a feeling of allowing, accepting, a feeling of enjoying, a feeling of serenity and peace, a feeling of harmony, a feeling of beauty, but a beauty that isn't arrogant, but is confident in knowing your beauty, but also knowing the beauty of others and seeing the beauty of others. Um, really beautiful. Also, I think this journey really is designed for each person specifically for their enjoyment. I say that because I say it all the time, but so also like I always see things about breath work. I'm not really good with doing things just to do it for a purpose. I have to enjoy it, or else I won't do it. I'll try, but I won't be consistent. Um, I just don't think things should be forced. Like I just want to naturally do things because I enjoy it, right? That's me, that's my journey, that's what I like. And so that's why I think the stillness meditation, which I didn't know was stillness meditation, but just looking at the sunset and the quiet in the evenings work for me because I enjoy that. I've been starting to do it in the mornings too when I get up. Um, but I've always wanted to try breathwork yoga, breathwork, because as we've been reading in the books that I've been doing here on the podcast, there's a relationship with the prana, the air, right? And your vitality and you inhaling this air. And I know like their dynamics at work with how much you inhale and how it affects the cells and how these cells get more activated or enhanced and the light gets whatever, the lights and the love and all of this. And can assist you in creating the life that you want. And I just always wanted, so I looked up breathwork a few times. I tried it a few times, but like starting like last week or maybe the week before, I find now, so I don't do breath. I'm not consistent with it. Except if I'm like feeling anxious and I'll take deep breaths. But now, since a week or two now, I find like I enjoy the flavor of the air. So I want to breathe deeper and feel it more often throughout the day. Because sometimes forget that you're breathing, right? Sorry. We don't have a Christmas tree back, but I really love Christmas. And today feeling Christmassy in June. It's very rainy in Miami. Um, but we are so grateful for the rain because it was so hot. So I don't care. It could be overcast every day. We can have as much rain as long as it doesn't cause anybody too much flooding or whatever. And I feel like the wetter that it is for the hurricane season, the less chance we have of getting hit by a hurricane. I feel like when it's a dry hurricane season and it's really, really hot, for some reason, man, that just tell me something coming, something big coming. So I like the rain. Anyway, so right now, like the flavor of the air is just so good to me. It's like so delicious to me that I want to take deep breaths, you know? And not only does it taste good for whatever reason, I don't know if they have receptors in the back of my throat that are now activated, that were not activated before, and now I can taste it. Um, but it feels good, like the sensation of it, the coolness of it. Um, and it's something that you do naturally, but now you can enjoy doing it naturally in a less automated fashion, right? So it was just automatic. I would just be, I wasn't paying much attention to it. But now I'm enjoying, it's like eating. I'm enjoying breathing the air. I just enjoy it. It feels so good. Tastes so good. And I think that's how I progress. So now throughout the day, or even I just take 2 seconds and remember, oh God, it's tasting so good, boy. Yeah. And then I go on my day. And then I remember, boy, it's tasting real good, but and then I go, it's weird. I know. But it works. So it feels like breath work is just something I'm doing more and more, just naturally in my breathing, just slowing it down and enjoying it, the process of it. It seems it's really linked to abundance to me because I feel like we always have enough air that we need, more than enough. We have so much air to breathe. Like we can't even fathom it. It's like beyond overfill, right? We are surrounded by it, right? There's never not enough. There's always more, 10 million times the amount. And I feel like that's how all the things we need and we want are like, it's like breathing them into our existence, right? Breathing them into our reality and then letting go of what we don't need out of it and then bringing in what we want into it. I think I think that's what it's like. I don't know, but it's been linking it to abundance for me. Yeah, to abundance and prosperity. So those are the updates, and I'm still hesitant to say exactly how this works because I feel like I don't think I'll ever get to the end of the journey because there'll always be creating my life more in different ways. But I just want to once I get to this stage that I want to get to, um, and I have created what I'm trying to create, then I'll be able to talk more, I feel, confidently about the process and then share my thoughts on it and stuff like that and what worked for me and how my journey occurred. So yeah, but it is a beautiful journey, just relaxing into knowing that everything is divinely planned, every single thing. Okay, then I'm getting remember I told you guys, I thought I knew who my beloved was because I was getting all this information about this person I had never met. So now it feels like very unclear. Like I think it was him, But I had a weird dream this weekend. So I don't know. I don't know if that dynamic is changing and something else is coming in, or if the dream is showing me um what's what I need to see in regards to where he is, and may have to work through um or accept, right? Not only it may not have to be worked through, maybe just accept. Um if if the reality of that is to come into fruition. And then I had, so I don't know. I don't know if it's telling me this timeline has changed and he has selected something else. So now something else is coming in for me. Or if it's showing me, okay, this is the position now. And this is why these choices were made. This is what occurs because of it. Or this is possibly the choices that could be made, and this is what will occur because of it. So you need to be fearless and not doubt yourself. I don't know. I don't know what the dream. I've been asking for clarification on if he is still my divine partner, or it's, and I'm still getting a lot of synchronicities with him. Or if, you know, the timeline has changed and there's another person coming in for me. Or if this are if these are possible timelines, if we don't step into who we are fully. I don't know. I really don't know. And then like last night or this morning, I had another like flash. It wasn't, I wouldn't even say it's a dream. It was like a 2-second flash. And it was like a card, like an angel or oracle card that had to do with sacred union. But the image on the card, I don't know if it's telling me something or if I'm reading too much into it. It did not have me or him, I don't think, in the image. But I think the image is represented as because of the coloring of it. I don't know. So yeah. So I right now I think there's a lot of stuff going on with the twin flame unions and the sacred unions. I think the universe is working on that. And I'm not sure if I'm understanding fully what they're trying to tell me. So I'm still asking for clarification on it. But yeah, it seems like I'm either being prepared and told to step into position when opportunity arises to not step back, because if I don't, this is what occurs. And it's not bad, it's just that it wouldn't be it would be living in fear, not in love. And it wouldn't be a highest timeline then. But we would still have decent enough timelines that life wouldn't be awful. They would still be like, you know, somewhat nice too. I don't know if that's what it's saying, or if it's saying, no, the timeline did change. Like somebody made a decision. I don't know who made a decision, if it was one of us unknowingly couldn't step into it, and so the timeline switched. I don't know really some. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with that. Or if I'm not seeing it, perspective is everything. And a lot of times when I think it's one thing, it's something else, and the clarity doesn't come for a few weeks or months. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see it like this. This is what it was saying. So right now I still feel like he is the sacred partner for me. I think that there is some readjusting that needs to occur. I think the readjusting occurs when we are in the same vicinity when we meet. But only time will tell. If not, and there's another timeline that's coming in, such as life, I will find joy wherever I can, honey. Okay. I am here to enjoy this life, and this air is tasting good. Okay, so that's all I really have to talk about today. Relaxing into being you and allowing what's for you to come to you. So today we're going to be reading Training Protocols in the Alchemies of Horus. That's the chapter. It doesn't feel that long. I think it probably does. So let's go. This section is for those who wish to explore a basic practice within the Alchemies of Horus. Magdalene gave an advanced form of the individual practice in the manuscript, but this may be too complex for many readers. I therefore asked her if she might offer a simpler form of preparatory exercises, and this is the result. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, Saturday night, Friday night, I was really having middle of the night some anxieties about everything that's going on right now with me. And so it's the middle of the night, and I say things aloud now. I mean, I think a lot of times, even if I'm thinking something else, I find a synchronicity to support me. But like, if you ask for help specifically, and you ask one of your specific guys, like Jesus always is someone I call out to when, and this is years in the making, not from the QHHT thing, right? Just, it's always been like a Jesus thing. When I'm in crisis, I always say, Jesus, help me, guide me. What's the way I need help? I remember saying Friday night, I said in the middle of the night, I think like 3 a.m., I was like, Jesus, please help me. I am so scared. I don't know what the next step is. Please help me. Please guide me. Please show me. And I heard in my head, in my mind, not right away because I went back to sleep. He just reassured me that I was safe, And ever since that, I've been feeling so good, so at peace with whatever is going on. I'm very tired. It could be scary. I don't feel like that. I feel really calm and at peace. And I really just want to encourage anyone to, if you're having any anxiety or feeling scared or feeling by yourself or don't know what to do, you can ask for help. You can ask whoever you feel safe asking for. That's your guide, your angel, your angels, your teachers, whoever you feel connected to. You can ask for help and you will feel better. But I think so anyway. That's what happens with me whenever I ask for help. Whenever I ask for help. I just wanted to share that. So if you're feeling it, reach out and ask. Oh, so I forgot to tell you guys. I was looking at threads. And this lady said, that when she the universe wants to be in relationship with us, but it doesn't know how to be in relationship with us. Like we have to communicate with it. So it learns how to communicate with us. And she was explaining how, like, one time she was 6 months pregnant and she just couldn't finish the nursery. And she just said to the universe, like, I'm too tired. I can't do it. Can you please send help? So within the same day, her mother-in-law had come and started setting it up. That all a bunch of friends and family members had bought all she needed. She had to spend zero money. It was set up for her. She didn't have to do anything. And I was like, wow, I know like emotionally when I'm distressed, I can call out to my guides, my angels, to Jesus, whoever I feel connected to in that time to call out to. And I will start to feel better. Jesus actually like he gave me a message in my head that made me feel safe. But he also, I think, calmed me because I feel much better, right? But sometimes you don't really get a message in your head or whatever. You don't, because you're not sleeping when you're actually. I don't know why sleeping, I'm able to connect better during sleep. But anyway, but I have like before been having like anxiety and just say, angels, please help me and help me calm me, help me stay knowing that all's going to work out for me, help me understand and be confident and anchor that I'm safe, I'm okay, and I'm secure and I would start to feel the feeling lift. And then I'll be in a really good mood within the hour, you know? So I just really wanted to. So I've never like asked, oh, I won't say never, but no, hardly ever just been like talking to my guides, my angels, universe, whatever, God, and just saying, hey, like, I really would like all my dad's paid out. This will give me the freedom to follow my heart's joys every day, to live a life that's curated more for my enjoyment, so I can be of better service to others, so I can be of service to life, so I can have the time to understand myself, to understand my triggers, to love myself, the time to be loved. So I've never done that in terms of physical needs, or if I have, not often. So when I saw that on Threads, I was like, yo, I'm gonna try it. So I don't know if anybody else wants to, but yeah, just like talking to your guides, the universe about what you need and why you need it, and how it will help your life, and what you hope it to bring to you, like freedom or love, whatever. Could be the divine union, the sacred union, or your mate, your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Um, that she talked about it, and I think it's something I want to try more. Anyway, so yeah, so we're continuing. So I therefore asked her if she might offer a simpler form of preparatory exercise, and this is the result. The manuscript was not meant to be a teaching manual, but to convey a message. And so the protocols below serve as the teaching function. They will give you the basic experience needed to enter into the advanced practice of the two serpents mentioned in the manuscript. According to the Magdalene, the alchemies of Horus were the foundation for both those in the solitary path and those in partnership. The main difference between the two paths is that the person on the solitary path must generate the extra energy and ecstasies from his or her own efforts. Those in sacred tantric relationship acquire the needed energy and ecstasies spontaneously within the sex act. Whoa, the sex act sounds like it's easier to have a tantric partner, right? A divine union partner. Sounds quite enjoyable. I must say so myself. The digit or sacred pathway of the chakras begins at the base of the spine and goes up through the spine and into the head. This is a temporary, sorry, into the head. There's a secondary digit pathway that moves from the perineum directly to the crown called the central column or central pillar. Okay, so there's two. So there's one going through the spine and then one from the perineum in the middle of the body, I guess, to this to the crown. It's called the central column or the central pillar. Okay. In some esoteric schools, it is referred to as a pranic tube, which the Hathors, I think they call it the pranic tube. The training exercises below use both of these pathways. The fundamental alchemical task in relation to the digit is to accumulate enough energy so that it can be sent up through the pathway and into the head centers. The training exercises below generate the needed energy from the power of the breath. This purpose is to familiarize you with the feeling, the physical sensation, if you will, of subtle energy moving up the digit. The first section of the training protocol consists of 3 different exercises. The first one deals with the secondary digit, the central column or pillar, that runs directly from the perineum up to the crown. The second exercise deals with the primary digit that runs up the spine. And the third exercise works with the energy after it is brought up into the head. The second section of the training protocol familiarizes you with how to transform the energy moving through the digit into a serpent-like form. And finally, the last exercise familiarizes you with activating the pathway of the 2 serpents by experiencing energy moving simultaneously through both the lunar and solar pathways. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't want to squishy doggy dog. Cautions to the reader. Due to the fact that these exercises bring energy into the brain and upper head centers, they are contraindicated for some individuals. If you have suffered a head injury or experienced a stroke, speak with your physician before proceeding. Those who suffer from seizures, such as epilepsy, should also seek the advice of their physicians before undertaking these training meditations. Finally, for those who are manic depressive, these exercises are contraindicated. One second. Okay. Those who suffer from seizures, such as epilepsy, should also seek the advice of their physicians before undertaking these training meditations. Finally, for those who are manic depressive, these exercises are contraindicated, especially during the manic phase. For all of the persons, the meditations are quite harmless and very beneficial. If you experience headaches at any time during the meditations, stop and rest. The first section, the first exercise. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Place the focus of your attention, in other words, the alchemical container of your awareness, on your pelvic floor. This is the area of your body at the lowest part of the abdomen in the cradle of your pelvis. Find a rhythm that is pleasurable for you and breathe deeply yet comfortably. Drawing the breath into your belly. As you inhale, let the lower abdomen expand. And as you exhale, pull in the lower abdomen. This form of breathing is called abdominal breathing and may feel odd to you at first. After a while, however, it will feel natural and comfortable. Throughout all of these exercises, it is very important that all breaths be gentle and comfortable. Nothing should ever be forced in these practices. As you inhale, imagine the energy of your breath reaching down into every nook and cranny of your pelvis. The reason for this is that you are causing Sekhem to stir. And Sekhem, or your life force, is cradled in the pelvic area. As you exhale, keep your focus in the pelvis. This will cause the energy of Sekhem to build or intensify in the pelvic area. Continue this for a couple of minutes or so. Then imagine a subtle energy pathway or channel that runs from your perineum up to the top of your head, the crown. The perineum is located at the lowest point of your torso, midway between your genitals and anus. Next, there is a slight but significant shifting of your attention. I'll do that again. Next, there is a slight but significant shifting of your attention. As you inhale, keep your focus in the pelvis as before. But when you exhale, shift your attention, the alchemical container of your awareness, into the channel. This will cause the energy of Shakhem to enter the channel and begin to move upward. As you continue to exhale, move your attention all the way up the channel and into your head. Then repeat the breathing pattern all over again. In other words, each time you exhale, shift your attention to the pelvis and hold it there throughout the entire inhale. As you exhale, shift your attention to the channel and begin to move your focus up the channel towards the head. Repeat as many times as needed to clearly sense the movement of energy up the secondary digit and into the head. These exercises are built upon each other, so it is important to master each one before proceeding to the next. Make sure that you feel a definite movement of subtle energy up the secondary digit and into the head. If you don't have a clear sense of this, repeat the exercises over and over again until you do. A note about uncomfortable physical sensations. Occasionally, a person might experience tension or headache from these exercises. This may occur if there is habitual tension in the muscles of the jaw, face, and or neck, since this type of muscle tension tends to constrict the movement of Shakhem or life force as it moves up into the head. If you experience discomfort at any time during these exercises, you should stop. Put them aside and return to them later. If you find that this type of tension arises whenever you do the exercises, you might try yawning, since yawning helps to lessen the muscle tension in the face, jaws, and shoulders. Apparently, I can't even read the word yawning without yawning. Simply yawn as you inhale and exhale. It can be quite effective, and besides that, it's fun. If tension persists, I suggest you shift your attention to the area of tension and imagine that the tension dissolves and leaves with each exhale. Try it for a few minutes. It often dissolves the type of muscular tension quite nicely. The second exercise. In this exercise, you basically do the same thing you do in the first, except the movement of Shakhem is up the spine or the primary digit. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Place the focus of your attention, in other words, the alchemical container of your awareness, on your pelvic floor. Find a rhythm that is pleasurable for you and breathe deeply though comfortably, drawing your breath into your belly. As you inhale, let the abdomen expand, and as you exhale, pull in the lower abdomen. As you inhale, imagine the energy of your breath reaching down into every nook and cranny of your pelvis. The reason for this is that you are, as in the first exercise, causing the Shakhem to stir, and Shakhem, or your life force, is cradled in your pelvic area. As you exhale, keep your focus on the pelvis. This will cause the energy of the Shakhem to build or intensify in the pelvic area. Continue this for a couple of minutes or so. Then your attention changes somewhat. On the inhales, attention is still in the pelvis, but on the exhales, shift your attention to the spine, the digit, and move your attention up the spine from the base to the top of your head with each exhale. Continue this for a few minutes until you sense a clear sensation of energy moving up the spine and to the top of the head. After you clearly sense this flow of subtle energy, proceed to the next exercise. If you do not sense this flow of energy, then repeat the exercise until you do. The third exercise. In this exercise, you follow the same procedure as you did in exercise number 2 with one difference. When you exhale and the energy of the Shakam or life force moves up the spine, you bring it into the center of the head instead of the top. As the energy is brought into the center of the head, you allow it to circulate through the brain, sensing the movement of energy. Sit comfortably and place your eyes, and close your eyes, not place, oh my God. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Place the focus of your attention, in other words, the alchemical container of your awareness on your pelvic floor. Find a rhythm that is pleasurable for you and breathe deeply, though comfortably, drawing the breath into your belly. As you inhale, let the lower abdomen expand, and as you exhale, pull in the lower abdomen. As you inhale, imagine the energy of your breath reaching down into every nook and cranny of your pelvis. The reason for this is that you are, as in the first exercise, causing Shakam to stir, and Shakam, or your life force, is cradled in the pelvic area. As you exhale, keep your focus on the pelvis. This will cause the energy of the Shakam to build or intensify in the pelvic area. Continue this for a couple of minutes or so. After a few minutes of building the energy in the pelvis, you're ready for the next phase. On the inhales, attention is still in the pelvis, but on the exhales, shift your attention into the spine, the digit, and move your attention up the spine from the base to the center of your head with each exhale. The energy of Shakam will follow the circuit of your attention and move upwards into the central area of the brain. Then pause for a moment and sense the flow of energy as it moves on its own through different areas of the brain. Continue this for a few minutes until you sense a clear sensation of energy moving up the spine and into the center of the brain. Okay, so now we're going over to the second section, and this is the first exercise, rising of the single serpent. In this exercise, you repeat what you did in the last experience of the previous section. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I said experience. It's exercise. So let me do that over. Second section, first exercise, rising of the single serpent. In this exercise, you repeat what you did in the last exercise of the previous section. However, instead of taking the energy into the center of the head, you bring the energy up and over the two hemispheres just under the top of the skull. This movement of energy is cobra-like, in that the tail of the serpent extends down the full length of the spine to the base, with the hood of the cobra is extended, while the hood of the cobra is extended over the two hemispheres of the brain. Holding the energy in the image of a cobra in this way causes a distinct type of brain stimulation and is a precursor to the uraeus. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Place the focus of your attention, in other words, the alchemical container of your awareness, on your pelvic floor. Find a rhythm that is pleasurable for you and breathe deeply, though comfortably, drawing the breath into your belly. As you inhale, let the lower abdomen expand. And as you exhale, pull in the lower abdomen. As you inhale, imagine the energy of your breath reaching down into every nook and cranny of your pelvis. The reason for this is that you are causing Shakam to stir, and Shakam, or your life force, is cradled in the pelvic area. As you exhale, keep your focus on the pelvis. This will cause the energy of Shakam to build or intensify in the pelvic area. Continue this for a couple of minutes or so. After a few minutes of building the energy in the pelvis, you're ready for the next phase. On the inhales, attention is still in the pelvis, but on the exhales, shift your attention into the spine, the digit, and move your attention up the spine from the base to a space above the two hemispheres of the brain and directly under the top of the skull. As you sense this space above the brain, allow yourself to feel the movement of energy. Imagine the form of this energy as a cobra with its hood extended over the brain itself, extended over the brain itself. Then repeat the procedure until you feel a clear sense of the serpent-like form of this energy over the brain. So I can tell you that this is not something, I think it's great, but I don't really want to envision serpents. And I have found on this journey as well, my own personal journey, that they will give me something else to envision that I find more pleasant and like to envision. So I'm trusting that this will be given to me in time that I need it. But yeah, if you want to try these procedures, I think they're pretty detailed to see if you feel anything. So yeah, but the vision of the snake isn't great for me. And I know I don't have anything against snakes, but I just kind of envision it in my body, you know. The second exercise, the two serpents. In this exercise, it is assumed that you have successfully experienced a single serpent in the previous exercise. If you haven't clearly experienced a single serpent, return to the previous exercises before continuing. In the manuscript, you will find a description of the black and gold serpents. The black serpent rises from the lunar pathway on the left side of the digit and is connected with the darkness of the void or the creatrix of all creation. The gold serpent rises through the solar path in the right side of the digit and is connected with light. In a sense, the two serpents are alchemically opposites, and when you bring two opposites together within an alchemical container, there is a possibility of immense energy. In this preliminary training, you will be causing the energy of Shakam to split into two different streams of energy. As the life force rises up the digit, it takes two different yet parallel paths. The black serpent rises from the left side at the base of the digit, while the gold serpent rises from the right side of the digit, also from the base. However, as they continue to rise up the digit toward the head, they cross over each other as they enter the chakras. Thus, the gold serpent crosses over to the left side of the digit as it enters the sexual chakra, and the black serpent crosses over the right. As they climb further up the digit, the gold serpent crosses back over to the right as it enters the solar plexus, and the black serpent crosses back over to the left. Next, the gold serpent crosses to the left side as it enters the heart, and the black crosses over the right side. As they enter the throat chakra, the gold serpent returns to the right side of the digit, and the black serpent returns to the left side. Finally, they meet at the center of the head with the gold serpent hovering on the right side, while the black serpent hovers on the left side. Both of them face each other with the pineal gland sitting between them. The manuscript gives further instruction on how to do the practice. The purpose of this exercise, however, is just to familiarize you with the phenomenon of rising both serpents up the digit and into the head. To do the exercise, sit comfortably and close your eyes. Place the focus of your attention, in other words, the alchemical container of your awareness, on your pelvic floor. Find a rhythm that is pleasurable for you and breathe deeply, though comfortably, drawing the breath into your belly. As you inhale, let the lower abdomen expand, and as you exhale, pull in the lower abdomen. As you inhale, imagine the energy of your breath reaching down into every nook and cranny of your pelvis. The reason for this is that you are causing Shakam to stir, and Shakam, or your life force, is cradled in the pelvic area. As you exhale, keep your focus on the pelvis. This will cause the energy of Shakam to build or intensify in the pelvic area. Continue this for a couple of minutes or so. After a few minutes of building the energy in the pelvis, you are ready for the next phase. On the inhales, attention is still in the pelvis, but on the exhales, shift your attention into the base of the digit. Through the power of intention, will imagine the two serpents being charged with the energy of the breath. As you continue to exhale, send the energy up through the two pathways of the serpents. Imagine them as clearly in your mind as possible, sensing them crossing over at each of the chakras, and finally ending in the center of the head. Continue the practice until you have a clear sense of the two serpent-like energies running up the spine and into the head. Allow yourself to sense the movement of the life force up these two pathways as the serpents rise in response to your breath. Sense the subtle energies that are generated within the brain as a result of this practice. And there is a picture. I don't know if you can see it. So that's all we're going to read today. We will start tomorrow with the fundamentals of internal alchemy. I think that chapter is pretty long. He's going to talk about it from many different cultures. I had basically skipped most of it, so I need to read that part with you guys. So that's it for today. So we learned some exercises to do to practice fundamentals or the basics before we start trying what Mary Magdalene suggested for the Alchemies of Horus and the Sex Magic of Isis. So this is the basics for the Alchemies of Horus, a detailed method to start with so we can start to harness these subtle energies. I have no idea if I'm going to try it or not. Like the breath work and the stillness meditation, I think it will come into play in a way that I enjoy. I just don't know what that is yet. But they always, I always find something that I enjoy doing without knowing that I enjoy, and it's similar or the same thing, but it's in a way that I enjoy. Like they give me my own image to imagine. I don't like saying they, it feels like it's us, parts of my divine self, right? Like my teachers, my guides, my angels. But yeah, I have a new like visual Because you hear like, the people actually in other books, right? We read, they tell you how to charge your car, how to envision the light from above and below and breathing out and going through all the different, and they gave me in a dream a clearer vision that I personally enjoy of myself charging my car, but it's not that way. It's just like a personal vision for me that I enjoy seeing myself as. So I want to imagine it because I like it. So that's how it's been working for me. The journey has been things specifically as like detailed for me for my personal enjoyment. These older ancient practices are very valid, but I think it's being tweaked in a way for personal enjoyment so that it's not a chore. But something you like to do that you enjoy doing that you will do more in order to get you there. That's what I think. That's been my experience. I don't know. Everybody's different. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I just really hope that you take time with yourself, that you know you are loved and that you are loved. And that taking time to figure out what you like, what you don't like, your heart joys are important for you to be your authentic self and to enjoy the journey. Maybe everybody doesn't want to enjoy it, but I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy every single second. I want to savor every single moment of it. So I think I'm getting better at doing that. I don't think I'm at every moment yet. But more moments than I had before. So hopefully it'll expand to every moment as the light and love energy expands to every cell. Maybe it's in correlation with that. I've been seeing or like relating the infinity symbol to energy exchange a lot lately. Like okay, so like just now when I was talking about I want to enjoy every moment and savor every moment, and then I linked it to how much light and love energy that I have, my cells have accepted. It's linked to how much of the moments I enjoy, and that relation being, I don't know, equal in some way. Um, and then I saw the infinity symbol. It's the same way that I had the dream with who is supposedly my beloved and a different path that was taken, and how um it wasn't an awful path because we were both still happy, but we weren't as vital as we could have been because I don't think the energy exchange would have been as um potent as it would have been if it was each other. And I saw the infinity symbol. So I don't know, the infinity symbol is coming in a lot for me now. I love the flower of life. And now the infinity symbol is coming in a lot for me. I don't know. I'm just enjoying this journey, and it's revelations to me in my life and how things work together. So have a great day, guys. We will be back by Friday. Bye.